please rise for the invocation and the pledge of allegiance. Our most generous, our most gracious Heavenly Father, please help us to feel your spirit as we come together in council. We ask for your inspiration and wisdom as we seek to understand the issues that we will be discussing at this meeting. Help us to act with compassion and charity towards each other. Please bless us today as we seek to accomplish the purpose of this council, and please help us be patient and kind with each other as we learn from one another. We ask these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I get approval of the agenda? I do want to make an amendment to new business, number 2, recognition.
I move that we approve the amended agenda.
A second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of Monday, November 4th, 2024.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay. Citizens business verbal, Billy Jackson, Newcastle Ice Association.
I don't see Billy here. I'm Scott McGuire. I'm with the Newcastle Ice Association. And I guess we were just gonna let you guys know that we would like to set up the rink again this year. We have a new tarp ordered, and as soon as it gets cold enough, we'd like to set it up in the same location. Okay. I did notice that there's still some skateboarding equipment on there, and for us to put up our rink, we need to have that moved out.
Yes, we typically move that right after Thanksgiving.
Okay, so sounds perfect. And it's not a big deal, but there is a light burnt out. If you guys wanted to replace the light bulb, it would be handy for nighttime skating, but I think we've gone a few years with it the way it is, and it still works, but it's just one thing I noticed.
Is that one of our lights? Or is that a Black Hills Energy light?
No, it's one of ours.
Do you have any other questions for me, or?
I don't think so. Hopefully we get cold weather sooner than
It's getting kind of cool today. There's a few flurries happening right now.
that. Well, we appreciate it. It's fun
No,
for
I don't know.
for all
Hope
of
you have
us.
good weather. Thank you for everything.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Kids love it.
We're hoping for a better winter than last year. It's gotta be better. Sorry.
Yeah,
Good to have one.
thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
No citizens business in writing. Old business, number 1, pilot program for levelized budget billing. We touched base on this last meeting, and this was about the water, sewer, and garbage bills. City clerk Haggerty was able to talk with our computer program company, Black Mountain, and our system that we have is able to do that. So I think we need to have the water committee, water sewer committee get together and maybe see how we want to go about leveling for each person that applies to for the leveling. And we would like I'd like for you to be involved. Are you that works for you?
Yep.
maybe afterwards set up a date or even meet afterwards or kind of figure out everybody's schedule and get to it on that. So, anything you want to add to that we found out or? No? Okay. But that's really nice that we don't have to wait for any kind of program to come about for us to start that pilot program. So, if there's no questions on that, we'll move to old business number 2, the utility rates resolution number 9, series 2024. Isn't changing from last time.
Basically what was changed was just the amount as to actually each section. I never actually got a chance to look at the rate study, but I believe Stacy and Greg gave me the numbers for the input into this. I don't know if the council saw any discrepancies or anything of that nature.
I have a question. Down here at the insert, section 2633, down at the bottom of that, it says if water is consumed cannot be determined because of the source of the water is other than the city. Why would they have to pay for water other than the city? Instead of be rated on the wastewater discharge, but still.
Where was that, Councilman?
Right here.
That last section is one that the only edit that I would have put in there is said rate may be increased or decreased at any time by resolution of the governing body. So that would have been in there in the prior ordinance. I'm not entirely sure why that would be in there. Greg, is there ever a time that water is coming into from some other source other than the city by chance?
I can only think of one place, maybe two, that would have that issue. Is this, Rick Haggerty, is this where we utilize this for the broken meters that we have to average?
That's what that's where I would assume on that, except for the fact that this is under the sewer section. Unless I'm looking at that incorrectly.
Can we move back the words
Which would
other than the city?
probably need to be under the sewer section as well as the water section for estimating reasons if for some reason we can't read a meter.
Yeah, we have three sewer services that do not receive water from the city. 2 of them do not have meters, no, 4 or 5 that have sewer service but not water service. Only 2 of those have meters, so we count the number of trailers or the number of outlets and use that to figure out the sewer bill for them, because we do not have a way to calculate the actual water used. They're serviced by another system, another water system.
So it needs to be in here and those others, yeah.
So is that okay, the way it's read? The way it's written?
So they're really lower.
So resolution number 9, series 2024, resolution to approve the increase of city water service, sewer and garbage rates pursuant to section 26-33 and 26-19 of Article 3, Chapter 26, and section 13-9 of Article 2, Chapter 13 of the Code of the Town of Newcastle.
Motion that we pass resolution number 9, series 2024.
I second.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, Resolution number 9, series 2024, passed on the 18th of November, 2024.
Should make a lot of people happy.
Moving on to new business, number 1, Small Business Saturday proclamation. City of Newcastle, whereas the government of Newcastle, Wyoming celebrates our local small businesses and the contributions they make to our local economy and community. And whereas according to the United States Small Business Administration, there are 34.7 million small businesses in the United States. Small businesses represent 99.7% of firms with paid employees. Small businesses are responsible for 61.1% of net new jobs created since 1995. And small businesses employ 45.9% of the employees in the private sector in the United States. And whereas 68 cents of every dollar spent at a small business in the U.S. stays in the local community, and every dollar spent at a small business creates an additional 48 cents in local business activity as a result of employees and local businesses purchasing local goods and services. And whereas 59% of the U.S. Consumers aware a Small Business Saturday shop or ate at a small independently owned retailer or restaurant on Small Business Saturday 2023. And whereas Newcastle, Wyoming supports our local businesses and create jobs, boost our local economy, and preserves our communities. And whereas advocacy groups as well as public and private organizations across the country have endorsed the Saturday after Thanksgiving as Small Business Saturday. Now therefore, I, Pam Gualtieri, Mayor of Newcastle, Wyoming, do hereby proclaim November 30th, 2024 as Small Business Saturday and urge the residents of our community and communities across the country to support small businesses and merchants on Small Business Saturday and throughout the year.
Make it bigger.
Under new business number 2, I would like to put recognition back on our agenda for certificates, just because I think we kind of oversee it each meeting with the possibility of noticing or giving credit to someone in our town or county, the recognition they deserve. I do have a couple I'd like to also state today after we see if we can get a motion of putting that back on.
I move that we put it back on, the recognition.
We have a motion and second.
Why was it taken off?
Yeah, I didn't even know it was on.
Well, I think when we redid the committee reports
Oh.
and we approved
Oh.
that new agenda, it somehow disappeared. Yeah, so I think it did by accident. But if we can put it back on and then have it maybe above citizens' business for vote. All right, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. I do have 2 recognitions. One might be a little premature, but if you've driven by the VFW, they're putting a really cool mural on the building. It looks like it's close to being finished. So I don't know if we want to wait till it's finished, but I would like to recognize them for doing that. It's a nice addition to the west side of town, for sure.
That's a VFW.
Mhm.
I haven't
It
got
was
a
pretty
chance to go
cool.
out that way.
I think we should just give it to it now,
Yeah,
because they got started, it's gonna finish.
it looks really neat.
Good.
If you haven't seen it, it's kind of like.
You have to be coming in from the,
We have to be
from the
west
west
from the
to
west,
see.
yeah. I, kind of got up close to it today and it's like, when you're in their parking lot, the one wall, is the American flag and it looks like it has "We the People" and then it has like the eagle and it looks like it's gonna be really cool.
But I think it was malice on Becky's part leading up to the mistake, malice on Becky's part during the mistake, and certainly malice on Becky's part after the mistake that has the public so upset about this.
Oh, 100%. I can't fathom why you would ignore the Secretary of State's phone call on election night unless you knew something was up and you didn't want to admit something was up and therefore you were trying to cover up what was up. Why else would you ignore his call? If you honestly thought there was no issue with your election and everything was fine, why would you ignore the Secretary of State?
Except for maliciousness.
Yes, the following day after she talked to the Secretary of State twice, she somehow produced a perfect post-election audit despite later finding out that the election was off significantly.
It's the American flag and it looks like it has "We the People" and then it has like the eagle and it looks like it's gonna be really cool.
Gotta go
So
see it.
I'm not sure who's doing it, but it was very good
Grandma's school
job.
was doing it too.
Do you know who's
I
doing it?
hadn't seen it.
You guys look pretty neat.
I've heard about it.
I heard about it and then I got to see it today at their meeting, so.
It extends around the wall that faces the north too. There's a couple murals over there.
Yeah.
I
One for
attended
the
a
fallen
benefit
soldier.
dinner on Saturday and, it looks like the flag's blowing.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Cool. So if you get a chance, go out and take a look at it. The other recognition I'd like to give is to, I don't know the real long name for dispatch now.
Sorry.
The real long name for dispatch. Every year they have the Wyoming APCO Public Safety Communications, and there was 2 awards given to the dispatchers. One was to Janelle Ruff. I'm gonna say it wrong.
Ross Lutheran.
Yes, she got Dispatcher of the Year.
Wow.
And then the communication team of the year as well for Tanya, Allie, and Janelle. So, and I do have what they were given. I have, I kind of borrowed it right away. Here's, we can pass this around. It's the Wyoming Chapter Team of the Year 2024, City of Newcastle, Town of Upton, and Weston County Consolidated Dispatch. It's a mouthful. And recognition of the exceptional teamwork displayed by your communications center. That's that. And the letter that was written was the awarded recipient for Public Safety Communications Team of the Year has an authorized staff of 7 full-time dispatchers and currently have 5 full-time dispatchers. This agency dispatches for 2 police departments, a sheriff's office, ambulance services, and fire departments. Over the last year, this team transitioned to a consolidated dispatch center, and after having employees quit and retire, they were left with 2 dispatchers to run the center. They were doing 12-hour shifts and working almost every day, one working the day shift and one working the graveyard shift. They worked like this for over 30 days straight with no time off during the busiest tourist time of the year. Shortly after 30 days, they had the help of reserve dispatchers from Buffalo, Riverton, and Torrington for the next 5 months, while the team could get new dispatchers hired and trained. This team would like to extend a thank you to those reserve dispatchers that helped out during that time. This team is dedicated to the first responders they worked with, the citizens they served, and the tourists that were passing through. These individuals were dedicated enough not to quit when times were tough. The 2024 APCO's Public Safety Communication Team of the Year is the City of Newcastle, Town of Upton, Weston County Consolidated Dispatch Center.
That's the name of the big long thing.
Yeah, the big long name.
Even that's abbreviated.
Yeah.
It's
So
longer than
That'd be a pretty good reason to have an open house party.
But I just thought, you know, they were under, this council, and under our, chief for quite a while, that I thought we, you know, they definitely need the recognition, and, so if you see them, thank them and congratulate them. So, but that's all I have for recognitions, if anybody else has any.
About the recognitions in general, I'd like to see it, and my idea of it would be to do it once a quarter, and maybe have a little bigger deal, and have the newspaper here, and have some pictures taken, and just to get a little bit more positive public relations out of that.
You just like parties. I do think it's a good idea to have something more than just hand them a certificate and say thanks for the honor. So, but we can look at that down the road. So,
You can have an open house at the same time, Tom.
Yeah, over at my place.
moving on to committee reports, number 1, tree board.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So, last meeting, I received a resignation letter regretfully from Bernie Terry. She has a lot of stuff going on in her life and she can't be on the board anymore. And she'd been on the board for a really long time. And then prior to that, Sheridan Grosskopf had resigned as well. And so we have 2 vacancies on the tree board right now. So I don't remember how we moved forward with trying to advertise for the positions prior. Because last time they had a vacancy on the tree board, I just volunteered and got put on. So I was wondering if the council would be okay with us running an ad in the newspaper to try
Who
to.
all is on that right now?
I'm the board chair, and then we have Caleb Carter, Jamie Schmidt, Travis Peterson from the city is the arborist and provides the arborist report, and then Archie Calendar are all on the board. So, but we're down 2 in membership. So we're just wondering if the council will be okay with us running an ad to try to generate some support for the board.
So would it be the council paying, or the city paying for that ad, or the tree board?
Well, I don't remember how it got handled the last time, so
Do they have money?
I don't know that we have
That's why I'm
a,
asking.
I don't know that we have a huge budget or anything, so it would probably be the city in support of the tree board.
Do you have any insight on how it used to be?
Madam Mayor, I do not believe they have any budget. They're
Yeah.
advisory board.
Yeah, we're just an advisory board, so we have no budget.
Through the
How much
city.
money you got?
So,
Oh,
To add.
enough to run an ad. I don't know how much that, it looked like the last ads that got run that were on the claims were like $157 or something like that.
Your Honor, I move that we give the tree board up to a ceiling of $200 to do advertising for the new positions on the tree board. Come on. Guys.
second.
Okay, thank you.
There's a motion and a second, any further discussion?
Thank you for putting the motion on the floor. The tree board appreciates it.
Thank you.
And they provide a valuable service to the city. I mean,
So how long will you run that until you,
just a couple of weeks and then
$200 worth, huh?
maybe, well, I don't know if that's just 1 week worth of ad.
No, you can get pretty good.
You'll probably have to call the paper and find out, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because it could be a small amount of ad too. But
I
put
think
it
the
on,
last one I ran was about that 150 for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve. So I would just ask the council members too, if you know anybody who would like to be on the tree advisory board, maybe we could expedite the process a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I'm not even 100% certain how we go about doing interviews. I think we're in such a need for membership that we just
be
take
excited that you
whoever,
even get an
yeah,
application.
whoever volunteers to be on the board is just immediately accepted.
Right.
Well, I think if you do get an ad put together, just let us know, put it on the city page
Yeah.
as well as the city Facebook page.
Thanks, Madam Mayor.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
I abstain.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay.
That's all I have. Yep, sorry.
Moving on to department head reports, Police Chief Derek Thompson.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Calls for service since November 5th. Newcastle Police Department 125, Weston County Sheriff's Office 99, Upton Police Department 3, Newcastle Volunteer Fire Department 5, Weston County Fire Protection District 10, Upton Volunteer Fire Department 5, Newcastle Ambulance 21, and Upton Ambulance 4. And other than that, I don't have anything to report.
Any questions for Chief?
I had a citizen ask me today about the Mark Durango. Was it 4 bars today?
Yes, probably. He's going to dog training, so he's leaving tomorrow. He took that home with him to patch up whatever else he had to. He put a cage and everything in that, and so he had to take it home and do all that stuff. And he had some things to finish up before he goes tomorrow, so that probably was up there.
And that's in, he goes to Gillette with that training.
Yes,
How long is the training?
6 weeks. So it will be. He's gonna just go from Gillette to Sundance, so it will be in Sundance quite a bit, since he's just going back and forth. So you might hear of it being up in Sundance too, so.
It would be nice to have the dog training.
Yeah, where, well, is he getting kind of closer to moving on here?
Yes, I think so. He's got some personal stuff I'm not at liberty to discuss to finish up, and then that's his plan, so, yeah.
Moving on to City Attorney Doug Hughes.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I think the last time we were here, I sent the council, I believe it was 3 different ordinances on Jake breaks. Did the council have a chance to look at all 3 of those? Right. Is there any one of those that stood out to anybody?
Cheyenne, Castle, kind of leaning towards.
I think that was the one I was too. I just have to go back into it.
It seemed pretty clear. I don't know. Will it stop anybody from using the Jake brake? It won't stop them until they get stopped.
So refresh, what was that more or less, the Cheyenne one? Do you remember?
It says, no person shall operate or use any vehicle engine compression brake within the corporate limits of the city.
Looking at that one, it didn't specify if it was straight pipe or
Right.
anything that I'm trying to.
So then at the office, they
Figure out
have
if
to
it was
figure out if it's one or the other, muffled or muffled.
I'll buy gray edition.
I can read them all if you want me to read them all, they're all short.
Well, anyway, they use a Jake brake coming down the hill, that's not in the city. And they're coming up to the four-way stop from the west, or east, I mean, isn't in the city. Coming down 85 isn't in the city.
Yeah, but when they go in front of the hospital on the manor, it is in the city.
Oh, it is,
And
that's for sure.
where-
That's where the complaint
And the
was.
bypass. And the bypass?
And the bypass,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, chief, there you go.
But, I mean, I know, do we need to put in there anything about an emergency? I mean, I don't think we want an emergency on a flat road, but
That's where officer discretion goes.
Yeah.
hopefully.
How did you get into emergency?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So So we don't need to pay for when they're going down the bypass or anything, do we need
Fuel.
to?
Coming off of the 85, I've seen them where they had their brakes on fire, coming down the four-way, and then they stopped in at the gas and go there for us to come in and try to put their trailer
At the gas station.
at the gas station. Or lower.
Great.
So,
I just don't know if we need to add anything in there for an except an emergency.
So are we gonna put like
So-
signs up?
Mayor, Councilman, that would be my guess, is we would need signs in order to make it enforceable at the city limits. And I just need to know what verbiage we want on the signs in order to, we can get them in about 4 to 6 weeks.
Anyway, we need to.
We kindly ask you not to use your.
Oh, is that what we want to say?
Sure, just, the citizens of Newcastle ask you, please, don't use the damn thing, you know?
So the first ordinance that, is up in your email, Dublin from Torrington, talks about unmuffled and straight pipes. And I think the citizen that came in and was complaining about the use of compression brakes was complaining about unmuffled and straight pipes. So, I don't run truck that often. I do have a class A CDL, but I don't go over the road. And I haven't run anything like that since I left the city shop. So, is it a problem if you're running the Jake, if it's muffled? Does it exceed any of the decibel limits, or? I don't know enough about the subject to really feel like I'm making an informed decision right now.
Well, what the
Well, at 30 miles an hour, you don't need to use a brake, an engine brake.
Plus, then your officers would have to distinguish if it's unmuffled or not. So that's why I like the Cheyenne and Casper one, because
It just says no compression brakes, period. It just says no compression brakes, period.
because there are in systems in there that you can either modify. It looked like you have one muffled within that 6 inch, 8 inch pipe they have on them. But as you know, they're taking insides out of it to get that sound that they want out of the exhaust pipes.
And there's some of those mufflers that, I used to work on commercial trucks, and there's some of those mufflers that don't muffle a whole lot. There was a muffled truck that would have windows and everything. That's where it becomes muddy, is you can hear something really loud and assume that it's unmuffled, and then you've got yourself in a situation where you've basically made an illegal stop because it sounded unmuffled, but, you know, it wasn't.
it looks like Douglas is using the same as Cheyenne and Casper, so.
So if we just cast a wide net and say no compression brakes, then we've covered it, and then it'll, make it so people aren't rattling people's picture frames off the wall and stuff like that in town.
Sounds good.
Do we have a motion?
And then what do you do about loud exhaust all over town?
Again, the state statute says the same thing.
There's already an ordinance against that, but it happens every day.
Every morning.
So that's another one for you, chief, then. So do we have meters in the cars to check for?
We wouldn't know what decibels they are anyway.
Okay. So, I mean, it's just kind of frivolous to make an ordinance if we don't have a way to enforce it.
I agree.
So, I mean, how would you go about enforcing this one as it's written, chief? No person shall operate or use any vehicle engine compression brake within the corporate limits of the city.
That covers it.
Yeah, I mean,
You don't need a decibel.
it's easily discernible.
Oh,
when-
no.
So if you hear the Jake,
Yeah,
the Jake brake on the
yeah.
truck, you can pull them over and give them a ticket.
Yeah.
Okay, but loud exhausts, we can't really enforce if we don't have.
Loud exhaust, I'd have to review the statutes and ordinances again, but the state statute, if I remember correctly, says no unmuffled exhaust. Again, you run into that issue of, that's really loud. Oh, it has a muffler on it too, you know? So, the people that oftentimes write statutes and ordinances are not the people that enforce them, or the judges that, you know, are involved in prosecuting and hearing these cases, so. Laws aren't always written as friendly as we would like them to be. That's why I would avoid the unmuffled portion of this ordinance, because it would make it easier to enforce. It's much more easily to discern, is that a compression brake or not, than it is that a muffled compression brake or not.
So you're kind of
involved in the process right now, Chief. So-
Yeah.
So you like that one? That
I
sounds.
do. And I'm probably going to be chastised by trucking companies for that, but in order to enforce it and stop the problem, that's going to be the cleanest way to do it, yeah.
Okay, then I would make a motion that we adopt the Cheyenne and Casper compression brake ordinance.
How about?
So no person shall operate or use any
That's what say Cheyenne
vehicle
Casper.
engine compression brake within the corporate limits of the city.
I think we ought to pass the motion to let him write one. You just take their.
Oh, I thought that's what we just discussed.
Okay. I'm not in favor of doing anything right
Well,
now.
if you're gonna move for that, I can draft it up, and either way, it's gonna end up, I mean, I assume that's what the council's decision is.
Okay.
But there is a motion on the table.
Don't second. You could withdraw it.
Okay, the motion fails. Not got a second.
Okay,
Now do we have a motion for city attorney to?
okay, let's do it again, I guess. So, I make a motion that Dublin draft us a compression brake ordinance
Similar
to Cheyenne and Casper.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Any further discussion?
No, I think we discussed that one.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay. Thank you.
That's all I have, Madam Mayor.
Okay,
Thank you,
any other questions for city attorney? Moving on to city clerk treasurer, Stacy Haggerty.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just wanted to update the council on Marco Technologies IT support. They were in town last week and installed our new server and hardware items that were needed at both Public Works and the City Hall. So now we're there just working on some of the behind the scenes IT support that we needed. And my next thing is just asking for permission to close the City Hall office the Friday after Thanksgiving, November 29th, as we have in the past with us gals using vacation or comp time.
I move that City Hall be closed on November 29th with the City Hall folks using comp for vacation time.
Good.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You sure I get a copy for that?
How about we close it on Wednesday before, no?
And then my last item,
We need to.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
thank you.
Sorry, just started talking, so I wasn't sure.
And then my last item is Jenny Proffer from the Newcastle Chamber was in City Hall last week. And before, I believe she had mentioned at one of the meetings requesting if we could put a link for the chamber on the city's website. And I just told her I would pass that information on as well.
Should we do that, right?
I didn't know if that would open the door up for a lot of other people requesting the same.
Is it like a link that we
Well,
put on there to go to our website? Because I know when they have
I want it
like,
on the city's website
To go to their
website.
But if, I mean, just things that we service, or that, I mean, when you say, is it opening the door for a lot of us? Is it gonna be that many?
Who do you think would be opening the
I don't,
door?
I just,
You just thought you'd get an honest lot of people.
Just about anybody wanted a link in the city, like even businesses or anything else that.
See, I think it should just be,
But isn't that what's on the chamber?
yeah,
Don't you
but
go to
the chamber can
to
have
Seek out
those.
businesses?
Well, that's opening the door for us too, if they, we allow the chamber to. put money in there.
I mean,
I don't see it like that.
Let's put it in the form of a motion. I move that we give the city chairman, or the Chamber of Commerce, a link on our website. Second. All right. So what do you think?
second. There's a
Okay, now we
motion
can
and a
discuss.
second. Any further discussion?
Okay.
so it just seems like it would be a good idea to have like a page of links that are appropriate to our community. And then if somebody is on our website, they have a way to click on, you know, other.
Or maybe we should.
Who's gonna say what's appropriate and what's not?
How about government?
This comes up a lot, so I mean, why would it be inappropriate to have the chamber on our website?
Oh, that's not what we're covering. We're trying to figure out who else could.
Well, what about Anna Miller Museum, the library,
Sure.
you know? It's just people like that that have reason to have visitors.
So I guess if we're going like that, John, then maybe, you know, private entities or people that are trying to advertise, that would be inappropriate maybe.
That
on our
would be-
website.
I don't want them on.
But a group like the chamber or the Anna Miller
I think
Museum,
the positive thing with having a link to the chamber is how many calls do you get about what electricians are in town, or what about this, what about that? They can go, you can say there's a link on our website for the chamber, and they'll have whose businesses are,
And they would have the businesses on their link,
Right.
not us.
not us.
Could I offer a suggestion, Madam Mayor?
Yes.
What if you limited it to entities that receive funding from the
See,
city?
that's what I was trying to get at, you know, the ones that we
Financially support.
financially support.
but then that would
Well,
eliminate stuff like the
Senior
Anna
center.
Miller Museum
Yes.
and any of the county.
But they would be a
entities.
link on the chamber.
Oh, is there a link on the chamber?
they can,
I don't know
They
that I've
can
ever
do
gotten on the
something.
chamber's website.
I mean, I don't know whether
Yes,
there
they
is or
have
not,
their,
but
they
they can
have
figure
their
that out.
numbers. At one
Oh,
time, they
yeah.
had all their numbers on.
Because the Anna Miller Museum is a member.
See, I don't like that idea.
For starters, though, it's just for the chamber. On our website, that's the
That's
motion.
what the motion
That's
is.
what the motion is. We'll wait and see who else comes.
We can always remove it if it becomes a problem too, so.
Good idea.
Okay,
All
yeah.
in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Thank you, that's all I have.
Okay, any questions for city clerk? Okay. Public Works Supervisor Greg Stone.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. My first item, Duff Avenue project, we've done a stop and work order. We do this because the contract is only X number of days, and we have to wait for the lift station to come in for them to continue any work anyway. So the project's basically on hold until we get the lift station. Because of an error with the advertising with the public meeting for the 2025 improvements project, we will have to redo the public meeting. It'll be November 26th at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. is okay.
Here at the House of Chambers.
Here?
We're going to begin, the Chief Thompson and I have discussed it, we're going to begin the Chapter 56 deer culling on November 25th. Yeah, 24th, 25th. Yeah, morning of the 25th.
My wife will make me cookies.
How many times did we, or
She hates it.
allotment did we get?
I don't remember right off the top of my head.
So the allotment for the year was 50, and I think we've taken like 13 or something in this calendar year.
So should we stand for worse?
Okay.
No.
No.
My neighborhood needs it.
We've actually seriously exponentially increased the number of hit animals in the last 2 to 3 months. We haven't picked up this many deer carcasses in this short period of time, and I don't know how long, so. I think mainly due to the drought and growing in town, I'm guessing, looking for water. So we have seen an increase, so it'll help with that. Other than that, anybody have any questions?
Yeah.
If there's no more questions, we'll go to claims against the city dated November 18th, 2024.
Your Honor, I move that this August body pay the claims against it and that's it.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Can I get a motion to leave executive or regular session to enter into executive session regarding Wyoming statute 16-4-405 AII personnel?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
The new store. This is the one-stop shop. We have a pharmacy. We have a bootlegger's liquor. The deli, the food that you can get at a lunchtime is so amazing. The coffee shop. Certain Friday mornings, there's 30 people sitting here in all these chairs. This is the hub for people to come and visit, have their coffee, have their donuts. It's amazing what this area has done. Totally amazing.